everybody. Welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen. Friday Facts Edition. We are going to talk about Chrissy Teigen and what she said. This is not bad. This is good. People ask me, like, what did she say? She said good things. So let's talk about the good things. But let's introduce people really quick. So,
hi, I'm Rachel. On my second journey, married, have 2 kids of my own, and I'm still waiting, y'all. Still waiting. I don't got nothing to say. Just still waiting.
Oh, we love you.
I'm Samantha. I am a mom of 2 girls, and I am happily married, and I'm on my first surrogate journey.
So my name's Hannah. I have twin daughters. They're 3.5, and this is my second surrogacy journey. Unfortunately, my first journey ended at 17 weeks. I have rematched, and I'm with a new independent intended parent. Sorry, and I'm going through an agency again.
Okay. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear about your first journey.
First journey.
Really hard. You normally think when you're that far along, you're pretty much in the clear. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was really rough. It was actually a termination for genetic abnormalities. So it was extremely traumatic, but definitely, looking forward to a more positive journey.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Gosh, so sorry.
You always hear, you always have to sign that, like saying yes or no. And I think you're one of the first people that I've heard that's actually had to like go through with that signature. Like you.
Yep.
In my 20 plus years, you're the first one that I know. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's not a good club to be in. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It definitely isn't, but I'm looking forward to the positive future, and that's all I can focus on.
Oh my gosh.
Good for you.
Well, I'm excited for your second journey. This will be happy.
Yeah, my transfer is next month, early next month.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Well,
Okay.
We will be sending you sticky vibes for like 2 months.
I know. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, well, let's get into Chrissy. So, she had a surrogate, and like a secret surrogate. Like she didn't come out about it until afterwards, which I can respect because she wanted privacy. And then, did you ladies read like the things that she said?
Yeah.
How she portrayed surrogacy. Do you guys have any comments on how that made you feel or something?
Well, I want to just know real quick. For the surrogate, it was the second try.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work on the first try, and so she still wanted to go through it and do the second try, which I was like, way to go.
And she also had to have the surrogate had to have like scar tissue removed and, a bunch of procedures done before they could even try again.
So it made me feel better about my stuff because my journey I didn't have to get scar tissue removed or anything, but I did have a biopsy on my uterus done prior to doing my first transfer. And because this journey has taken 2 transfers. So I was like, okay, cool. Someone to kind of relate that to a way. Because when I say mock cycle, my mock cycle was a biopsy, and other people's mock cycles are totally opposite of that.
Yeah.
But that's what my clinic called it. So that's what I called it. So, yeah.
I just want to say here, Chrissy Teigen, like, yay, you go girl. And John Legend, because he was a big part of it too. He had to have been a big part of it. Like, had to have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, big support.
I kind of like that she used her name as part of the baby's name, and that kind of made me think about my first journey because I carried twins, and I nicknamed them Jack and Sally, and so they used that as their middle names. So I thought that was they surprised me and showed me the birth certificate paper thingy that you get in the hospital, and I was like so emotional, like big ball of tears, like it was just
so sweet.
Things like that really just like, okay, like, type of thing. It's just like, oh, they really, because sometimes I feel like it's like, do they really care? I mean, they don't have to do something that big, but it's just like, oh, wow, I can't believe I did that and had an impact on.
It's a huge way of honoring the surrogate. Huge.
Yeah, that's
it's huge.
Sure.
Does that make you feel more appreciated, Rachel, and like more connected to those babies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's more of like, wow, they really like, you know, took those nicknames, and they were just nicknames, you know, because I was like, they didn't have names for them and I can't really say their names, you know, so it was just like really nice to be like, holy shoot, like it was just validation for me, really.
For me, it was really important just what's been in the media lately. With the, I don't know if you guys have seen the new movie on Netflix, The Surrogacy, but that's been out. And then also, I'm sure we all know about Khloe Kardashian and everything. So it's just been really nice to have this positive light shed on surrogacy from a public figure, you know, because obviously they have a lot of influence and are reaching a much broader audience than, you know, you or I.
Yes, absolutely.
And I do want to say it's interesting because like I obviously like went through and I looked to see like who liked what she said, like, you know, influence wise, and Kardashian people liked what she said, and it was just like very interesting to see that like, oh, okay, so it kind of just boggled my mind a little bit because it was like, well, you guys are over here saying one thing, didn't come out and correct that, but you're agreeing with Chrissy, or you're just like, yeah, it's like good for her. So it was, but it is that show that you were talking about, Hannah, that surrogacy show is the dumbest
I
show.
haven't watched it yet.
Don't watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
Don't
I
watch
don't
it.
want to waste my time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it either.
No.
I'm like,
It is the dumbest show, and everybody told everybody like, because I was like, I watched one episode and I like wasted an hour of my life. Like it was like the worst and most annoying, angry hour of my life because everything was so different. But supposedly that's just how I think it's considered like a Mexican drama or something like that. And so supposedly they just like go above and beyond. So it's wildly outrageous. But to have somebody of Chrissy's standard come out and say, we used a surrogate, she's proud of it, she's like wants to honor her, she wants to speak kind words, and she middle named her child, like it's just that's surrogacy. That's surrogacy.
That's an appreciative surrogacy, an intended parents. That's an appreciative couple or parent who is just coming out and saying all these wonderful things because surrogacy gave them their complete family. She's always wanted 4 babies. She never thought she could achieve it. And they went and did this. She got pregnant. The surrogate got pregnant. Did it kind of tandemy, same thing. And she hid it while she was doing it, yes, for privacy, but then came out and just laid it out on the table and just went, this is miraculous. This is wonderful. It needs more positive energy like that. The negative stuff that comes out of here. There is one negative thing swirling around this is about the financial aspect of it. And people are coming and being negative about, well, of course they can afford it because, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, there are places that do help and can give you little grants to help if you need it. You just have to seek them out and find them. So it's not, they have the money, let them use it how they want to. Like, no judgment, none at all.
And I want to add to that because I know that they didn't pay tens and thousands more than any other normal IP. Like they had a surrogate. It's her second time. I don't know. Maybe she might have been comped a little bit more because it was a VIP case, but it's not like, you know, she was making $200,000 being a surrogate. Like that's not just because she was a celebrity surrogate. That doesn't matter to that standard. Like you're not going to get.
We're all people at that point.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, I think that's the interesting part of it. So they didn't pay any more. I mean, I can't say that, but they're not paying thousands and thousands and thousands more than any normal IP would.
I think it also just sheds light on how every journey is so different. Everyone's experience is so different. My journey is completely different compared to everybody else's first journey. You can't say that everyone's going to have a perfect experience. So that's not the case. So
yeah, it's not,
which is where open minds need to be in play, and that's not a thing.
You can tell that she cultivated the relationship with her surrogate. You can tell it was a big part of what she wanted to do. So because she knew she was going to have these babies close, and she she cultivated that. She made that happen, and the surrogate was open to it. So this talk about people not transactional and all that kind of crap, it's what you make it. It's what the parties make it. And she made this a big deal. It was a big deal. Gave her family. That's all she talks about, is having 4 babies. Her mom used to look for the pound puppy babies with the 4 puppies inside. She would open all the boxes in the store so she could get the doggy with the little puppies inside that had 4, because that's been her dream since she was a little girl. It's crazy. Yeah.
I love that.
Look at you knowing facts, Mom.
I know stuff.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to her, I feel like it's time and effort when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Making that effort, no matter who you are. I know people want to be like, well, people are busy. She's busy, you know, and she still took the time and the effort to build that relationship and, you know, cherish her surrogate. So it's just like, it's just crazy to me that people want to just like make excuses like, oh, you know, well, they're busy and and things of that nature.
Right.
If you can make time, you can make time.
Yeah.
I'll add to that too. My journey has been so rocky, on and off, like just up and down, literally just a wave of everything. And we still, even through all the rockiness, we're still pursuing that relationship. We're still trying. And I think it has actually made us stronger in the end, because of how they're, like, now that we're at the end, the final stretch, they kind of pulled me in a bit more. So that made me feel good. It's international, it's harder by all means, but like that makes a difference in it. And if you don't pursue that relationship, just like, you know, Rachel's saying, like, it's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to have a good journey at all.
My first journey versus the journey I'm on now, it definitely feels very different. So I think it totally depends on what each party is putting into it. So each journey can feel different, and that's okay. But I think it is important to acknowledge that it can feel transactional. It can. If you are not putting in the effort and you're not forming a bond on either side, then it does feel like it's business. Maybe transactional is not the right word, but maybe it's more of like business relationship versus, you know, you're getting to know each other, you're putting the effort into that relationship and growing. So I know that I have experienced both sides of that.
Yeah. No, and what Chloe, I mean, in comparison, like Chloe Kardashian, she said like, oh, it felt so transactional. I wish somebody would have talked about surrogacy. And then to hear Chrissy Teigen be like, this experience was beautiful and amazing, and I have the best relationship with my surrogate. And it's just like, okay, well, what's the difference? Like, what was the difference in those journeys, the people who are involved?
Right. And I think like Christy she did the research, she looked things up, because you can't be like, well, I didn't know what to do, where to start, knowing that Christy has so many resources, you know, having the money, because everyone wants to be money, having the money that she has, you know, you can do your research about it, ask somebody, you know, just look it up, just, you know, Google it, you know, Instagram, Facebook, everyone got it. Like, just type in surrogacy, surrogate, and a bunch of us hopefully will pop up. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's what Christy did. And so I commend her for sharing, and just all IPs in general. I commend them all for sharing, because there's a lot of IPs out there that do share their surrogates, just like Cared with Love and One Impatient Mom. Their story was very beautiful. And then we also have like Mr. I can't forget his name. I forget his name, but it's Mr. something, and he has long black hair. Him and his husband just have, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Them, they go on dates with their surrogate all the time. She's in their lives, you know. So, and they share that with us. So, and then there's another guy named Stuart and his husband. They just have, when they're on their second surrogacy journey, and they share, you know. So it's just like, I don't get how there's a lot of people share it, you know, and there's no excuse for it. I think I'm glad that there's, you know, positivity around it, even though everybody wants to find something negative to say about it.
Somebody will always find something negative to say about surrogacy.
That's how it is for every topic, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Someone's going to twist your words around regardless, no matter what it is.
Exactly.
And because they're both such renowned faces in our world, they have these huge platforms, and sometimes those individuals have a real influence on people. So the fact that one is like, yeah, transactional, and the other one's like the most wonderful, beautiful thing ever in my entire life. Like, this is phenomenal. It helped us fulfill our family. It's so starkly different that you just kind of wonder how they went into it. But that's a whole other topic. You can feel how they went into it. One of them was like, I'm going to be involved. The other one was like, I need a sibling for my child. Okay. So it is what it is. I mean, everybody gets to do their journeys the way they want to do it. But when they're on a platform like that, people see.
Yeah.
Versus.
Well, and like, look at how much Khloe Kardashian's story got blown up. Candace Owen took it on hers, and then Candace Owen blew that into a whole other thing. Yeah. And it's like, wait, okay, but Chrissy Teigen just applauded it, just gave it so much respect. Where's Candace Owen now? She ain't here talking about that. She's not talking about the good that came out of it, and the happiness and the respect and the and everything that was involved with it. So it sucks because the good side of surrogacy often gets overlooked because it's just like, well, that's not fun to talk about. Okay, well,
let's start arguing type of thing. That's what people do for views and everything. Let's just, you know, state something so controversial, you know, but it's just like, we should share the truths, the good, the bad, the ugly, because there is some ugly. There is some ugly.
Yep.
You know? So it's just like, and that's why I wish surrogates would share more. Just, I know it's like, it's hard to like wait and be like, you know, baby steps, you know, like each step is different, but I feel like you should share it as you go, or at least try to, you know, or like, you know, postpone what you want to share, but share it just so people, first time surrogates, any type of surrogate, even third, fourth time surrogates don't feel alone. Right. So for me, that's what I'm trying to do, at least for this journey. So.
And that's my goal this whole time, is to do exactly that, Rachel, is to just share like my experience every step of the way. Like you know, everyone saw when I got a failed transfer, everybody saw the emotion that it took on me, the toll. I wanted, you know, trying to be raw for other surrogates and other people going through what I just went through, because I wish I would have seen that prior to doing it, to be honest. I don't think it would have changed my mind, but I think it would have made a lot more sense to me, as I was so confused when I was in the middle of it. I was so like, wait. So I wish it was talked about a lot more, for sure. Yeah. Because
it does happen. It's a reality. It's not the failure of the surrogate. 9 times out of 10, it's just not. But we take that and we own it and we think it is. It's not. And if you don't have a good relationship with your partner, with your intended parents, sometimes there's a little bit of blame there.
Yeah, I think that's really important, because like for me, with everything that I went through, I tried looking up like other people that have been in my shoes. I couldn't find anything.
Right. Yeah.
You're the first one. I told you, you're the first one that I've heard of that has had to go through with that signature, like that. And because normally embryos are tested, they're going to know all of the possible abnormalities. Like it's like, I don't even know the percentage, but I feel like it's such a small percentage that it would even come to that if an embryo is tested.
Well, I do want to preface, the embryos were not tested in that journey.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, this journey are tested. Okay. However, our fertility clinic recommended that they did not think it was necessary due to the age of the donor and other factors. Okay. So that is why the intended parents did not get them tested. And that is why I ended up in the position I did. Wow. And the first time surrogate, I was not informed enough to know these things.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Now I feel much better position.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's unfortunate that you had to learn that on your own. Like
Right.
where,
Right.
you know, where maybe you could have heard it somewhere else and been like, oh, maybe I should like ask a question about this because like this might seem off or, you know, so
Or put it in the contract, they need to be tested.
Absolutely. That's yeah.
Yep. When she came out with her Instagram and just this glowing, just spewing out beautiful stuff about her surrogate and the whole journey, the whole surrogate community, I feel, kind of it exploded. Everybody was happy. Everybody was like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. This is so great. Somebody finally out there is seeing the beauty of it all, based on what we saw prior a couple months ago with the other one. But I think the conversations are getting the information out. I'm not just saying our conversation. I'm just saying the conversations, the Facebook groups, the Instagram things you people do, all of that. It's gonna make a turn. It really is. It's on the cusp of it. We got a little more work to do, but it's gonna turn. People are gonna start looking at this as just a normalized, yes, this is a good thing for those who need it.
Yeah. It's nice to also say that Chrissy Teigen was the nice one to say something. Like I can't picture a better poster intended mom at this moment that has that platform other than Chrissy Teigen. Like she's just
everything.
An angel.
Shared,
all of the above. Just
when they lost their little baby, she shared that was raw, that was emotional. She shared that because that was her pain. She had to get it out. She's phenomenal. Really, I'd love to interview her on our podcast. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to.
Hey, be positive. You never
I know, right?
never know. What's that juju out there?
That's
Right?
Chrissy.
When I saw her post, it like brought tears to my eyes because I'm like, this is what it's about. Like, this is my experience. I am now having such a wonderful journey, and I want other people to like hear about surrogacy in that positive way and not hear about it. And I do know that it's important. There are bad parts of surrogacy, not, you know, as there is with anything.
Yeah.
And those are important to recognize. It's getting the information out there, but it's a wonderful thing we have. And seeing it widespread to so many people is just amazing.
It is.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's, I mean, yeah, like you said, Hannah, like, yes, there are bad sides. There are bad journeys. There are, you know, not so great experiences. But if you put that all on a piece of paper and like you do a compare and contrast of how many are good and how many are bad, the good outweighs the bad. But because the bad is like basically like reality TV drama, it's like so good to like hear those and spin off those, it overshadows the good side of surrogacy, which isn't fair.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, like my journey could be considered negative, but here I am doing it again because overall, like I love the concept of surrogacy and the positive aspects.
That says something about you though too, Hannah, that your mindset was where it needed to be. You went in this for a reason. Yes, you had a major setback. It was explainable why that occurred. But look what you had to go through, and you still came back and wanted to do it again because you needed something from it. You saw the good.
Absolutely.
That's how the process goes.
And I think it's just like, it's so easy for the negative to be twisted so far, like go so far down the rabbit hole that everyone's just like, let me jump in and be just as crazy, you know? The good, you can only say so much, like twist the good so much. Like it doesn't really like no one's gonna be like, yeah, okay, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it doesn't spin off as easily. Like you can't take it and run with it. Whereas like you make a comment of transactional and it's like, oh, it's now spun into awful things.
It piques people's interest a little bit more than the feel good, fuzzy, warm stuff. The negative stuff.
Yeah, see, we told you it's all about the money. Da, la, 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 la.
Yeah, right.
You know? But I mean, also just, you know, not to tug in, it is what it is. But I mean, I don't know if she was doing it for clout, you know, that word that likes to be spread around like wildfire. But I don't know. You just never know. But with Christy, it comes from a good heart. She doesn't care how many views she gets or how many likes she gets or whatever. She's posting it because it's something near and dear to her heart.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She couldn't, there just couldn't be a better poster like for an intended mom right at that platform right now.
And an intended dad. I know he hasn't come out a whole bunch with, but he's had pictures taken with all the babies and the kids, and he's in 100% too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure John was crazy supportive and like because he's always supportive of Chrissy, even when you know, even at certain times, like it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh well, I mean, I love Chrissy and I love everything that she said, and like
I just want to thank her as well. I don't know if she's going to watch this podcast, hear anything about it, but
she
thank
won't.
you.
But we love.
Maybe somebody she knows will.
I'm gonna share it to her.
Yeah. Just thanking her for just what she did, just what her surrogate did, what they did together, what they did for the community. Just phenomenal. And I'm so happy it worked out for them. So happy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chrissy.
Yes.
And the surrogate.
Yes.
Alexandra.
No, Chrissy didn't share, but it's nice that it was positive. And it's kind of just like, I wish we knew the story type of thing, you know? Because then it's like, okay, this is how you can, build a relationship or have you. Because we can only see it from the, when we as surrogates share, this is what we do for our IPs, and then you can see some of the other stories of how they, get to know their surrogates and stuff like that. But, it'd be nice if someone up there would kind of like share the story. But
and I think it would help what you were saying earlier, like how sometimes people are like, oh, but they're so busy, like it's hard to like do that relationship. Oh, okay, well let's it would be nice to hear, okay, well how did she balance it? Like she's got she's got kids, a husband, jobs, she's just like every other normal working mom, like that sense of busy life. So
when Alexandra was on Surrogacy Mentors, she was saying like that they would like go out to dinner and like they would like all these things, like how they built their relationship. So that was really wonderful to hear, like that they were putting in that effort. And I mean, I think that's pretty obvious from what we've seen. Of course, we're looking in at a relationship that we have no clue about, only what we're seing on social media. But it feels very, very authentic as the audience looking in.
It does. And just I think like knowing who Chrissy is and like how she is just like authentically her, like no matter the circumstance, right? So it would be it would be almost impossible for her to not be authentic in any kind of journey of like any journey that she takes in her life ever, especially this, because this is so intimate and personal. And
and if anyone tries to twist it, they're gonna be damned. They'll be damned.
No one's gonna try and twist it because no one's gonna talk about it. That's the thing. Like it's not gonna go on the news. It's not gonna blow up on YouTube. It's not gonna do all that because it was a good story. It was a happy, this is what surrogacy is. Focus on that. They don't want to, so it's fine.
Okay, it's gonna change.
But we'll keep sharing, girl.
That's right.
Exactly. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. It's been wonderful talking to you all.
Yes, thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Good luck in the storm.
Yeah.
I know. Good luck.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna need it.
Safe. Oh my gosh.
Good luck over the next 10 weeks.
Oh yeah. Good luck, Samantha.
Thanks. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get back with you guys and share the whole journey.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Bye, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, well, just thank you, Chrissy Teigen, for shining the light. That was definitely needed, especially now. So,
and I'm so happy for them. Their family's complete. She did it the way that seemed right for them, and she's got a house full of kids.
Full of kids and full of love. Yeah.
What lucky kids. Whew.
Wow. Can she adopt me? Just kidding. I love you, Mom. I love you.
Thank you, Kennedy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions or you guys would like to share your story, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Stop.Sit.Surrogate.
It's been another Friday Facts with Kennedy and Ellen. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.